Quant is a high-level stage that looks to interface along with other blockchains and work with interoperability across the area. While it may not flaunt the allure and overall popularity of Ethereum or Bitcoin, its local token, QNT, was one of the champion speculations of 2021. As DeFi keeps on flooding in worth and ubiquity, so too does the intricacy of organizations and stages expected to convey the always imaginative administrations. What's more, that is where ventures like Quant come in. The Quant network makes an overledger blockchain alongside its local token, QNT, to work with interoperability between numerous other blockchains, successfully permitting different worldwide organizations to interface and speak with one another while staying decentralized. Considering that the main DeFi projects are progressively dovetailing with different conventions, the upsides of activities, for example, Quant, ought to be self-evident. What's more, on the off chance that it isn't, the way that QNT's cost is bragging a general return for capital invested more than 9,625%. ought to act as a demonstration of its ongoing interest. Quant, a fundamental expansion to your venture portfolio, is as well. In the accompanying Quant cost expectation for 2025 and 2030, we'll be checking out at the venture in additional detail and figuring out why it has such a lot of potential. We'll likewise look at figures from driving investigators to figure out how they anticipate that QNT should perform throughout the next few years. The group behind the venture Quant was sent off in 2018. Prime supporter Gilbert Verdian at first worked in the medical services area, where he understood the significance of interoperability by seeing how patients should have been enlisted across various stages. Prior to setting up, he burned through 20 years as a main data security office, redesigning the security and innovation of worldwide organizations, meaning he carried a lot of mastery to the stage right all along. Dr. Paulo Tasca, the other fellow benefactor of the undertaking, was at that point a laid-out money manager and computerized financial specialist, with circulated frameworks being his main subject area. Among his significant qualifications is a stretch as blockchain innovations counselor for the EU Parliament, the unified countries and a few significant banks. Set forth plainly, the man knows a great deal. How does Quant respond? The Quant organization utilizes overledger innovation to robotize the trust capabilities between numerous blockchains. It has been promoted as the principal working framework worked for blockchains, offering a stage that can interface networks from around the world, offering consistent interoperability. The overledger usefulness is the critical piece of the Quant convention and has permitted it to add any semblance of Bitcoin, Ethereum and Wave records. As things stand, Quant is one of the top tasks carrying genuine interoperability to the blockchain business. In that capacity, it can possibly assist the business in general take things with enjoying DeFi to a higher level. So what is overledger? As we've noted above, overledger has been portrayed as a blockchain operating system, giving a stage where multi-chain applications can be worked without designers being impeded by the intricacies engaged with coordinating with all the different blockchains. In some sense, it tends to be viewed as a general blockchain in which different stages should utilize its local token, Quant, to guarantee the trustworthiness of the framework and to pay for charges and so on. The inward functions of overledger are excessively mind-boggling to be completely separated here. Yet actually the design is separated into various layers. The Quant token. The Quant digital money is an ERC-20 symbolic which at last powers the entire task. Designers need QNT if they have any desire to expand on the overledger. At first, they pay for licenses to utilize the Quant organization with government-issued money, which is then really changed over into QNT tokens and got into the stage for the designers to utilize. QNT is likewise utilized similarly by clients hoping to get to administrations on the stage. The QNT token has a circling supply of 12,072,738 out of a limit of 14.6 million tokens. As utilization of the stage increments, so too will the interest for QNT. This implies that the all-out number of the tokens expected for admittance to the stage might change, relying upon how much the tokens are worth and the number of stay available for use, which could demonstrate key measurements for likely financial backers. On the off chance that we take a gander at Quant's cost history, since it was first recorded back in quite a while, really see a genuinely consistent upwards direction, with significantly less unpredictability than we could anticipate. The symbolic starting exchanged at around 50 cents in July, however by October it had arrived at equality with the dollar. When January 2019 showed up, QNT had hit $2.06. Simply a month after the fact, the token had gone past $4.03. Quant saw a slight slump paving the way to summer 2019, with costs plunging back underneath the $2 mark. yet by July it had arrived at a symbolic cost of $12.44. This ended up being something of a high point nonetheless, and QNT completed the year at a typical exchanging cost of $3.67. The token was soon bullish once more, and by September 2020, it had buy and buy came to $10. It then kept on rising, topping at $14.01 in December. Obviously, 2021 was when things truly took off for Quant. By February, the token had flooded to $44.92, a cost which it pretty much clutched until May, when another rise took it to $57.07. This was only a pittance contrasted with what was to come. Having gone past $80 in July 2021, QNT began a noteworthy cost run that crested on September 11th, with the symbolic arriving at its unsurpassed high of $427.42. A time of instability then, at that point, followed, and at last Quant went into decline, eventually completing the year at $178.33. Regardless, this actually denoted an increment of more than 1,000% year-on-year. What's straightaway? Quant QNT, value expectations for 2025. It's presumably genuinely clear by this stage that Quant can possibly be incredibly important to the digital money market, as it keeps on advancing. In any case, specialized certifications to the side. At last, the thing financial backers are searching for is a decent return, so in view of this, we should think about a portion of the top Quant cost expectations for 2025. As per Quant cost forecast, we can anticipate that Quant QNT should exchange above $200 for a significant part of the final part of 2022, proceeding to rise all the more consistently in 2023, possibly expanding by as much as 70% on the present cost, and coming to $273.58. By the beginning of 2025, QNT value expectation will be worth up to $306.08. Willett Investor has likewise wandered a Quant cost expectation for 2025. It has the token encountering some unpredictability, yet for the most part expanding across 2022, possibly coming to as high as $369.42 before the year is over, in spite of the fact that we ought to push that this is a lot of a most ideal situation. Toward the finish of 2023, Quant QNT value forecast is supposed to have gone past $585 as a normal exchanging cost, and when 2025 comes around, we could see the Quant token go past $830 per token. Looking further ahead, Quant QNT value expectations for 2030. Quant cost forecast 2030 can be an effective method for measuring current market opinion and find out about what driving stages except future occasions will mean for the QNT coin's cost. So we have seen a few quite certain conjectures up to this point, and it would give the idea that Quant could be a wise speculation throughout the following